It's the morning show on K101. Time for our monthly check-in with what's going on at High Plains Tech Bites.
And we're pleased as punch, if you will, to have in our studios Don Gaines, our favorite Longhorn.
Favorite Longhorn, probably the only Longhorn. There's a few. There's a few in town.
We have four of them. We have four Longhorns. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh gosh, boy, an exciting time! And first of all, thanks for being here. Even though you did draw the short straw and had to make it to the radio station this morning. Thank you so much for being here. And boy, an exciting time. There's a ton of things that we need to talk about. Probably one of the fruit closest to the ground. A huge building dedication next week. A week from today.
A week from today, yeah. You know, we were very fortunate that Bobby and Brenda Alexander approached us about donating a building that's connects to our where we're at, and so it works out well. You know, we've here when Dwight Hughes left and Barkley come on, we kind of put together a long-term plan, and part of our plan was, you know, we're trying to expand on our business and industry offerings so that we do so much wind training, safety training, even some oil and gas training, and just need more space. It's just a constant deal of needing space, and that opportunity just came to us, and what a big deal for Northwest Oklahoma, and we're excited to build on that. But we get to dedicate that. The governor's coming out again a week from today, and there's going to be a community breakfast. Everybody's invited at 8 a.m.
Yep.
And I believe that's at the conference center just right down the road from us. And so we get to so everybody's invited to that. Come out and see that and have some free breakfast. And then I think he's going to visit the tap. You know, last time he was here, he got to see that and just he kept asking, why is this everywhere? Why is this not everywhere? And
well, I've asked that question. No, it should be, but I don't know why it's not.
You know,
what a program!
It really has been. It's just you got to have your priorities in the right spot, and that's where we feel like it's important. You know, we're always going to do what's best for kids, and we just, you know, this was a dream between Barkley, Dwight, and Kyle Reynolds, and you know, how can we help our community? How can we help our kids stay engaged at an early age? And Barkley really had this idea, and the one anyway, and so, you know, we've just kind of run with it, and the leadership we have down at the TAP program, all those guys and gals, it's just unbelievable.
We're fortunate to get the head man in the state of Oklahoma, get the governor to come to town, but actually get him for about a half a day, which is amazing. You know, obviously he's coming for the community breakfast at 8 o'clock at the conference center. Probably would have preferred to host it at High Plains Technology Center, but you guys are busy. You guys are full.
Yep. It was, you know, when you get the governor, you take when he says he can come, and we just happen to have a whole lot going on, as we usually do. If you drive by there, that's the crazy thing. The parking lots are always full. You know, and you can just see that there's all kinds of stuff going on. A lot of times you'll see the training going on outside, and obviously inside. But it's a great thing for this community to have him come here and see. It's not just about High Plains. It's about Woodward. It's about Northwest Oklahoma and the things that we're doing, and so he can see what this part of the state is doing.
And the community breakfast, once again, at 8 o'clock. Everybody's invited. They're at the conference center, just down the street between Northwestern and the Tech Center, for that matter. They're the Marvelous Conference Center side of it. Taste of Woodward tonight, by the way. And then I think he wanted to see TAP. That was his idea or his suggestion. Can I go see TAP again? And that's phenomenal that you have many things that's on Kevin Stitt's plate that he would want to. That would be something he would want. And obviously he's excited about the building dedication and a community breakfast, but he specifically requested to see TAP again.
Yep, and I kind of heard, Dana, we didn't keep her in the loop, I guess, that, hey, the governor's coming to see you, but, you know, it doesn't matter. A lot of people come to see that deal just because of the success it has, and so she's like, oh, okay, we'll be ready. You know, we'll be here, and the kids will be going, and it'll just be another day. You know, she won't slow down because she doesn't know how, but that's why we love her.
Back to the dedication of the building. You know, it's not easy to say, well, they gave you a building. That's a heck of a facility. I mean, it's marvelous.
It really is.
Just
And-
up west of the tech center.
Just we share a fence actually
Okay.
west of the tech center, so it's an unbelievable building, and looks are deceiving from the outside. It doesn't look as big as it really is on the inside. It there's a lot of space. It's going to give us a lot of opportunities to offer new things.
Now, what initially? How will that help you? Do you know?
Well, we again going back to trying to expand our business and industry training, and kind of not silo that out, but kind of have a spot for this is our business and industry side of the campus. That's it's kind of over in that direction now, but that'll really allow us to have more space to offer more programs. So that's the plan right now. Obviously, there's always things can change, but that's the plan.
And that is another event that you're encouraging people to come on at 10 o'clock after his visit to Tap, breakfast Tap, and then straight up around 10 o'clock there at that facility for the dedication. And that's open to the public, or public's encouraged, if you will, to come.
Absolutely. Again, I think this is not only a thing about High Plains, it's about our community. And when he shows up, we need to show up and show that we all support each other, because we do every day. Everybody in this community is very supportive of each other and pitches in and does things to make things go right.
It's always if you're not moving forward, you're falling further behind, and there are more expansion plans that you've been telling us about. What can you bring us up to speed there?
We've been working here for, again, really when we started that plan, that long-term plan, working on how can we create more space, and so buildings are very, very expensive now, and again, we did that health wing remodel with existing space, and that's helped us tremendously. We're actually doing student interviews right now. We've got more students coming in to interview for next year. These are the high school students and for all the programs, and so that again, space is always a deal. But since then we've been working on some plans, and we're getting pretty close to finalizing those plans to build a new building kind of on the north side of our building between us and the ECC, and it'll be pretty close to our building. But that will allow our welding, our construction to expand. That'll give them some indoor workspace, and then create a new diesel shop. Our diesel shop, isn't conducive to what the diesel shops around town. And again, that's kind of what we try to do. We obviously, our goal is to make students employable, and we want to mimic what's going on in our neighborhood and kind of help our community. And so that's what we're looking to do is put that out there. But that, again, expands space so that we can allow more students to have it readily available.
Well, I'm sure most people have, but I'm sure there are a lot of folks, and they probably should. When you mentioned the remodeling with the health center, and so many meeting rooms upstairs now that are just that you can accommodate 20 to 100 somewhere, and that doesn't even count the seminar center.
Right, absolutely, and that's again a big part of what we're trying to do is have opportunities where where people can come in and use the building. And we do, there's businesses all across town, organizations, I know I'm a part of the Woodward Education Foundation. We meet there quarterly, different meetings. We have the eggs and issues, things like that we know is important. And we want people in our building. We want people to be around to see what's going on and be able to provide for that. And so we made sure that was a priority as well.
You've kind of changed some instructors, haven't you? Do you have some new folks, and talk about that, or do we know?
We've hired, in Beaver County. We haven't talked about that, but we started that last year. Put a tap teacher in every school in Beaver County. And then we've recently hired a health careers teacher, so we can start that full-time program out there in August. And then we've hired we're going to call it construction technology, I believe is what our State Department wants to call it. So, but we're going to do a little bit of welding, a little bit of construction, because obviously some of those skills overlap. And so that's going to be another offering out there. So we've got those, we've hired some other instructors, and there's been a little bit of movement internally, but we're getting prepared again, kind of winding down here and then getting prepared for next year.
And we mentioned that one. Obviously, wanted to talk about Beaver. I assume things are going well, or you just keeps growing, exceeds probably what you all expect.
Yeah, it's been great. It's obviously there's a lot to it. There's a lot of things going on, but so far it's been great. They have been very receptive. Just again, when you don't know, you don't know, and that's kind of I think what's happened out there is they kind of had some ideas of what it could be, and now that they're seeing it, I think. The results have been pretty good. The kids love it. I mean, every time I've been out there, they don't want to leave that class. It's just like TAP here. They want to be in there. It's hands-on. They're learning skills that they're going to be able to use as they get older, and hopefully for a job as well.
When I assume you have a class ongoing, WIN class that says graduating soon.
Yep.
The spring maybe, is that right?
Yep. So our WIN class will be, we'll be graduating here towards the middle to end of May, and we'll have a whole new group. I'm sure they've been in doing interviews and probably have jobs lined up already. I mean, we're getting to that time where they do that. Same thing with LPN. Our LPN class, they've been in clinicals a lot lately. They're out there now. All over the spectrum. So Newman Memorial, they're at Sealing, they're at Integris and Woodward, in Buffalo. We just spread them all out, and so they'll be graduating here at the end of May.
And that's phenomenal. It always kind of blows me away in terms of like the WIN specific. And I know the nursing too, but the quality of a job that awaits that young man or young lady is phenomenal. If they don't get a job, it's their own fault because they don't maybe want to move some specific place or something, or
right.
But the options are there. It's
if they want a job, they will have a job.
One.
Believe in that. Yep, and not just a job. It's a career. So it's something that they can hang their hat on and build a family if they choose to do that and really be successful.
And we see the trucks, the semis around town, the CDL training that you offer. That's a huge deal in terms of your earning ability, or however you want to kind of the jobs that are available. If you've got that CDL, you kind of write your own check.
It really is. It's funny. I attended a graduation, and I think it was about 2 weeks ago. All the weeks kind of run together right now, but about 2 weeks ago, and there was, I believe, six kids. There were 6 people in there or so. But they said, well, we had 9 graduate, but the other 3 had to go to work, driving the truck. So it's just, and a lot of them will walk out of that graduation, literally go clock in and go to work. And so it really is a big opportunity. We already have another one going on now. The cool thing, our diesel program, we've kind of embedded that CDL. So we've got 15 or 17 lined up to take CDL over the summer that were high school seniors are in that diesel class. They've gone through the diesel program. Now they're going to get their CDL and be out there working. I mean, that's the goal. Let's see how we can educate them, get them out and get a job, or look at the next step. Send them over to Northwestern, and if that's the next step for them, do that to do some more education.
Yeah, and I think nobody really does this any better, I think, than you guys do in terms of the trade programs, construction. You always have state officers. There's always a state officer in and I don't all the FCCLA or all the construction trades and all the health services.
We do.
HOSA or whatever.
We do. And
I lose track of them.
I do too now that you say that. And so the state office deal and even district officers now representing kids that are representing us across the state has really blown up. When I first came on, Barkley kind of said, hey, this is a point of emphasis because it's leadership. It's something that's going to help somebody regardless of what they do. And so we really try to put a focus on that. But the kids coming through just keep getting better and better and are more interested in being in leadership and being a representative for us in Northwest Oklahoma across the state and across the nation. Some of them are, we have some kids actually running for national office. So it's just a really cool thing that, continues to grow. And I think, we may be this year, next year, maybe at the most we've ever had in 1 year. I mean, it just continues to expand. So we're really excited about that.
We need to let you get out of here and head to school, but on several fronts, High Plains will be involved with us tonight on Taste of Woodward. The ice cream machine, I think, is going to make an appearance, if you will. The homemade ice cream. that's been, gosh, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, probably, maybe longer now.
Yeah,
I
our
don't
diesel
know.
program, Jamie Spillman had a great idea, and Barkley kind of helped on that as well, and just, hey, who doesn't like ice cream, and let's show how a diesel engine runs and can make ice cream at the same time.
You're a part of the Chamber's Education Committee that highlights those 3 tiers of education in this great community, Common Career and Higher Ed, where we recognize Student Citizens of the Year. You're part of that as well. High Plains well represented there tonight. So thank you for that as well. And thank you all for just doggone it everything. It's phenomenal. We could sit here and spend an hour and not cover everything.
We appreciate it. And you mentioned that I drew the short straw. I think it's just because Katie doesn't want me, Barkley, or Taylor talking too much at one time. So that's why she spreads us out once.
Are you all on a short leash? Does she keep you kind of on a leash on what you can say?
Well, they try to, but between the 3 of us, it doesn't work very well.
Oh, Don Gaines with the High Plains Technology Center in our studios this morning. So, doggone it, keep up the good work.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate your support.